So thank you so much for joining us once again in this new episode. We thank you for watching these videos, and we really appreciate that you took your time to watch. Again, welcome back to Life Notes with Paris. Today we are looking at you've been abused, but you really don't know how. Yeah, and we have different forms of abuse. And one form of abuse that we all know is a physical abuse. Physical abuse is when we decide to batter each other. That's physical. And batter each other, and use everything. You can use a rungo, you can use a mwiko. I don't know what you call it in your language, but you can use all those things. That is physical abuse. And we also have what we call emotional abuse. And I think emotional abuse is is one of the untold stories of what exactly entails emotional abuse. And emotional abuse can come in two forms. When it is in relationships, emotional abuse comes in form of silence. You're in a relationship with someone, you disagree on 1, 2, 3 things, and they decide to go silent on you. They don't talk. They can go silent for weeks. And because you're not the one on the wrong, then you decide to also be quiet. And then because you are the one who loves this person, you feel I still love this person. So you're like, I think I want to mend our relationship. So let me just break this silence and talk to them. And in fact, you go ahead and talk to them. You even say sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm the one who hurt you. I'm sorry. But it was an emotional abuse, a way of manipulating you. So you end up being the one saying sorry for something you actually did not do. And they're the ones who are wrong. But because you want to make this relationship work, you're there. You decide to be, okay, I'm sorry. Emotional abuse also in relationships can come in very many forms. I don't like your big butt. Excuse me. There's some things that can't be changed. The only way you can change them is to get another lady or get another man. You don't like his hate. Yes, you don't like his hate. Get another man for yourself because you can't change his hate. If it's a lady, you can't change her butt. You can't change her bust. If you don't like big bust, you can't change it. You bring that. It's an emotional way of abusing you, abusing the way you look on things that you can't really change. You don't have the energy to, you don't have the strength to rewind them or to change them in any way. An emotional abuse. And sometimes we can be emotionally abused, especially in marriage, where somebody decides to somebody decides to be emotionally unavailable. And when you talk of emotionally unavailable, is somebody who is not there. He's not available. He's not available even for intimacy. He's not ready. He's ever either busy or he's either making excuses. It's because you're too big. It's because your mouth is smelling. I'm not like, I don't feel like, yeah. So that person is always he has everything. He has everything to make sure that it's not done. So it's a way of emotionally abusing you. And emotional abuse is always underrated because to express emotional abuse is not easy. But you know what emotional abuse does? It crushes your self-esteem. It crushes the core of who you are. I'll tell you, sometimes you are that girl who got into marriage. You knew yourself, you had your confidence, you knew your goals, you knew your vision, but because of the crushing that comes with emotional abuse, they get to the mirror and you start questioning yourself. Am I that ugly? Am I really ugly? You get to that moment that you question who you really are because you've been crushed through emotional abuse. It's the highest form of abuse. Very hard to express, but it kills the who you are. It kills the ability of you becoming what you are supposed to be. With emotional abuse, you cannot be able to pursue your goals, pursue your dreams. Emotional abuse is when somebody tells you right on the face, you're not aggressive. You can't do it. You just seated there, you do nothing. And at that point, you have young children. You're looking after the children, you're looking after the home. They're not supporting, but when they come, the only language they can give to you is, how much aggressive you're not, how much capable you're not, how much you cannot reach out for your dreams. And they crush you. They have no language that is uplifting, no language that is appreciative. And when you tell them, I'm sorry, sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with a lot of work, the children, the everything, taking care of the house. They tell you, that's your work. That's your work. It's your duty. And by the time you get out of that conversation, you're down, you're broken, and you're ever working hard to recoup yourself from the breaking so that you can come back to life. So emotional abuse is one of the forms of abuse that people tolerate. And let me tell you what it does to you. It crushes the very core of the person you're meant to be. And of course, we have what we call financial abuse. Financial abuse is when you have to either work, you earn to be appreciated. You earn it. Now, somebody will never do anything for you for free. You have to earn it. You have to either come to his house, clean his clothes, assist him in other things, and then he can pay you back. That's the only time he pays you back. In marriage, you do a lot of chores, you do everything, and because of that, they feel they can offer you something. It's not like you deserve it. It's not like it's their responsibility to support you anyway. They're just doing it because you actually did all the chores and what else. Financial abuse, whereby they just look at you, they watch you. They watch you financially do everything, literally everything, responsibilities. They leave the responsibilities for you because they know you really want to pursue that goal. Okay, go ahead. And I'm talking to the women who are able to pay bills. Yeah. The girls who know that they are studying and one day they can pay all their bills. And you get this man who is not willing to support you, so they just watch you. They watch you take all the bills. They watch you pay all the bills. They watch you take all the responsibility. And they just watch. They're seated. They fold their hands comfortably. You're the one footing all the bills, paying everything, taking all the responsibility. Because they want to drain your account so that it's zero. And then you can go on your knees and beg them for the money. That's not maturity in marriage. Maturity is when you decide to be the leader of that house. Provide, regardless of whether I have money to do it or not. As long as at the end of the day, all the money gets in here, that doesn't mean you fold your hands and let me do all the work. And that is what happens when it comes to abuse. And sometimes we ignore those small things. And I can tell you how much I remember some of the emotional abuse. You want to cook, you know how to cook, you know how to bake. You bake, you cook very well, and you're the only one to eat those cakes. And the fantastic part of it is that when relatives are coming and they love what you do, they clap for you because the relatives have also clapped for you. And they even tell you, thank you for baking for the relatives. That was really good of you. But when tomorrow comes, must you always bake this kind of cakes? Can't you just make chapatis that are, make chapatis that look like the ones that are sold by the roadside? Must you always put rice yellow? Make it white. Why must we always eat rice that is yellow? We can eat it when it is white. I just don't like these chicken nuggets. I like just plain chicken. So by the time you leave that place, all your interest in cooking is done. All your interest in baking, all those skills that you trained yourself, you feel they are messed up. You don't feel like doing it anymore. Emotional abuse. Have you pictured yourself in any of that? Well, let me know in the comment section, because in the next episode, we will be looking at how to let go of a toxic relationship. If you love this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up, like, and share. And let's see each other and keep believing in yourself.